I never heard any interviews with Steve Cunningham. I was really impressed with Steve Cunningham's ring IQ. He's very humble, and you could see that he wasn't speaking. I didn't hear him say one egotistical thing, and that's rare for fighters. He even said that Usyk was a better version of himself. He broke down his fight with Tyson Fury, where, that's the first fight I'd ever seen of Tyson Fury. I had never seen him. And going back and looking at that, you can really see that Tyson Fury was in a lot better shape back then than he's been in most recent fights. Right now, he's looking good, but I'm saying before that, like, against Ngannou and, things like that, he didn't look like he did in the Stephen Cunningham fight. But that was a rough fight, man. I went back and watched some of the highlights, and he was saying how Tyson Fury, put his forearm and then knocked him out like that. And some people think that people are too intimidated from the Furies to call them on fouls and things like that. But I don't think the referee was really in a position to see that forearm. I could be wrong. Maybe I should go back and look at it. But, Fury's a rough fighter. There's no doubt about that. But I think that Alexander Usyk is ready for it. And just listen to Stephen Cunningham break down, what's going to happen. And he said the same thing as me. He thinks it'll be a split decision for Alexander Usyk. And I said split decision or unanimous decision for Usyk. At one point, I thought it was a draw. I'm not trying to cover all my bases, but at one point I thought, this might be a draw. But no, the more I look at it, I think Usyk will just win. Fury hasn't been in this great of a shape in a long time, so it may be strange for him to feel like that. Like, man, I feel totally different and lighter. I don't know what he's weighing in at, but you could tell he's lighter. But if you haven't seen the interview with Stephen Cunningham, go watch, man. He It was like a breath of fresh air to see a humble fighter. I know you got to be confident in there because you're the only one in the ring, but just to hear him be humble and say Usyk is a better version of himself. How many times have you heard a fighter say that someone's better than him? Now, I don't know if he's still active or not. He looked like he was in great shape. The interview that I saw was like a while back, but he did a more current one, and he just understands boxing well. And he gave Fury a run for his money, knocked Fury down. He hit Fury hard, man. If you guys don't remember that fight, go pull up the highlights for Steve Cunningham versus Tyson Fury. Even pull up the interview. Just type in Steve Cunningham interview. You'll catch it. And you'll like how he breaks it down, how he breaks down Usyk, how he breaks down Fury, how he just knows what both guys bring to the table. And a lot of people are just basing this fight off of who they like personally. And you can't really do that, especially with this fight, because both guys are at a very high level. So I'm not mad at anybody that's picking Fury. I'm not mad at anybody that says Fury's going to win. I just don't see it happening. Um, the Ukrainians, man, they stay in shape. They don't start training camps trying to get in shape. They stay in shape. And let's say they they do get out of shape. It's not like a Jarrell Miller out of shape. They don't get like 300 pounds. If they're out of shape, it's probably by like 5 or 10 pounds. Nothing crazy. I always say if your training camp turns into a weight loss training camp, then you're not really focusing on strategy and game plan. You're just trying to lose weight, and that's kind of wasting time. But I really think that Usyk's going to do this. Stephen Cunningham, who was in the ring with Tyson Fury, thinks Usyk's going to do this. And usually, too, this shows his humbleness once again. Usually when a fighter loses to another fighter, they'll pick that guy that they lost to beat the next guy, just like saying, if he beat me, of course he could beat Usyk. Cunningham didn't do that. So shout out to Steve Cunningham. He said his son's boxing, and he said look out for him. He's real great. He said he's not just saying that because it's his son. He's saying look out for him. So man, shout out to Stephen Cunningham. I even went back and saw a fight he did with Frank Mir. I didn't even know they boxed. It went the distance. Frank Mir was a lot heavier than Stephen Cunningham, and Steve, I believe he won. Um, yeah, man. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because it's a breath of fresh air to see someone humble, especially in boxing. In these days, it's really rare to see. It's like seeing a humble rapper. You don't see it too much, do you? But leave your comments below. Let me know if you agree or disagree. LSR forever. If you wish to donate to the platform, the Cash App is $JRoos33. And Roos is ROOS. Some people say Ross, or they don't know how to pronounce it. It's kind of easy. It's just 4 letters. Roos. Roos. Thanks for watching, and be fearless. Yay.